So right off the bat, you see this huge promise. The message is pretty clear. This is for people worried about their memory as they get older. And notice how they really emphasize that it's natural. That's a big keyword that gets a lot of people's attention. And here's the how. This is their main explanation for how it all works. The idea they're selling is that sugar builds up on your brain cells, kind of like a sticky fog that clouds things up. And according to them, this product is designed to clean that fog away. So let's see what this stuff actually is. So what is Synaptigen, really? Well, according to the people who make it, it's a special formula designed to help with three things: memory, focus, and just general mental clarity. They're positioning it as a kind of all-in-one supplement for a sharper mind. So what's in this formula? They break it down into three main groups: probiotics, prebiotics, and nutrients from plants. That gives us a pretty good idea of the approach they're taking. Now let's look at the specific ingredients they list. Okay, now we get to look under the hood and see what's actually inside each tablet. They call it a proprietary formula, which just means they have their own special recipe. But they do tell us what the main components are. And here's the list. You can see we've got three specific types of probiotics. Those are good bacteria. Then there's inulin, tricalcium phosphate, and a couple of familiar extracts: strawberry and peppermint. So what do these things actually do? Okay, so those first three ingredients, the ones with the long names, those are all probiotics. You've probably heard of them. They're essentially live, good bacteria. The idea is that these little microorganisms can have health benefits, often for your gut, and more we're learning about that connection between the gut and the brain. And prebiotics? Well, think of it this way. If probiotics are the tiny workers, prebiotics are their lunchbox. They're substances, like the inulin listed here, that are meant to feed and nourish all those good bacteria you want thriving in your gut. And here's a really crucial point. The marketing material says these ingredients are scientifically backed, but it never actually explains how they supposedly clean that sugar off your brain cells. That specific link, the one connecting these ingredients to that big promise we saw at the beginning, it's not actually explained. Okay, let's switch gears from the science to this sale. How are they actually selling this stuff? The website has a few different options, so let's decode the offer. And wow, this is a classic marketing technique. They put this big number right up front. 96% of customers, they claim, buy the biggest 6-bottle package. This is what's known as social proof. It's designed to make you think, well, if almost everybody's buying that one, it must be the best deal. And here's the price breakdown. The smallest package gets you 2 bottles for $158. The most popular option is 3 bottles for $207. And then there's that best value package, the one they say 96% of people get, which is 6 bottles for $294. You can see how the pricing really pushes you towards the biggest option. And to make that big package even more tempting, they throw in a few bonuses. Let's take a look at what else you get. So if you go for the 6-bottle deal, you get 3 free digital guides, basically ebooks, on sleep, mental sharpness, and learning. They assign these retail values of around $80 or $90 each to make the deal feel bigger. Plus, you get free shipping. But you should know that's only for customers in the US. All right, let's talk about something really important for anyone buying a product like this. What happens if it doesn't work? We're going to dive into the guarantee and some of the other fine print from their website's FAQ section. This is the million-dollar question, right? You spend the money, you take the product. What if you don't feel any different? Well, they do have a money-back guarantee, but there are some very specific rules you have to follow. So the offer is a full 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee, which sounds great, but here are the conditions. You have to contact them in writing to ask for a refund, and this is the big one. You have to send back all of the bottles, even the empty ones. On top of that, you need to include the original packing slip. So definitely don't throw anything away.
And how do you use it? It's really simple. Just 1 tablet every day. They say you can either chew it or just let it melt in your mouth.
They also make a point to clarify something that trips a lot of people up with online orders. They state very clearly that this is a one-time purchase. There are no hidden fees, no automatic shipments, no recurring charges. So you don't have to worry about getting another charge on your card next month. So we've looked at the ingredients, the pricing, and the fine print. What's the big picture here? Let's just quickly summarize the entire pitch. So when you boil it all down, here's what's being presented. Synaptigen is a supplement with probiotics, prebiotics, and plant extracts. Its main claim, its big story, is that it helps your brain by clearing away sugar buildup from your neurons. And it's all wrapped up in a sales offer with different price tiers and a very specific 180-day guarantee. And that really brings us to the end of this breakdown. We've seen the science they present, the ingredients they use, and the marketing tactics they employ. So it all kind of leads to a final question for you to think about. When you see a product like this, what's the most important thing for you? What do you look for first?